Welcome back to the 6th Gear Garage. This is a 2007 Honda Fit I recently acquired in a trade. And the rear hatch won't open, no matter how hard I pull on the handle. The handle is real stiff, probably from rust. But I think the main issue is with the latch mechanism. And over here, I have a new handle and a new latch mechanism. Today we're going to tear it all apart, figure out what went wrong, and show how to replace the broken parts to get it working again. First, let's hop inside. With the rear seats folded flat, get this cargo cover out of the way. My car's missing the little round cover for this access hole. You can pop yours open with the flathead. And peeking in there, I determined that I need to pull this entire cover off so I can get a better look. And to do that, I just got my fingers behind the top edge and gave it a good pull. That popping sound is the clips releasing. There's another one. They're pretty tough clips. Now look behind the panel, and I have the flathead to open the lock manually. Looking down in here, there's a little metal sort of tab, and I want to lift that up and push it in here. And the latch is released. Someone's been in here before because these two clips are already missing on mine. Pop out this handle insert, and the whole cover comes off. Here's a look at all the white clips that hold the cover on. If one is missing, it probably stayed on the hatch door. All right, let's take a better look inside here. Here's the cable from the handle, and that moved this part, which seems to move just fine. This looks like a part is missing, like maybe it used to connect to this part. So let's check out the new one. So when this part moves, there should be a plastic piece that connects everything. And this must have broken and fell out of the old latch. I don't know why they chose to make those out of plastic, but I doubt I can get just those plastic replacement pieces. So I'll put a link to the entire assembly in the description. Before I remove the old latch, I'll start with the old handle. And it's held in with 2 nuts. And I'll need to remove that cable. The nuts are 10 millimeters. Now, using some needle nose pliers, grab the plastic retainer for the cable and wiggle it out from the handle. And then I can pull out the end of the cable. Now the handle should be free. Well, maybe I spoke too soon. If there's a way to get this handle out, let me know in the comments. Maybe I'm just really bad at puzzles. I think the only way is to remove this whole trim panel. I gave it another try, and the handle was not coming out with the outer cover in place. Now I'm removing the 10 millimeter bolts to take off the trim cover. But the hardware is so rusty because this car has spent its entire life in Cleveland, Ohio, and the nut on the other end of the bolt is seized to it. The nut sits inside the plastic trim cover here, and it's just spinning with the bolt. This is why you never buy an Ohio car, folks. Living in Ohio, that's just a lesson I should have learned by now. While that bolt soaks, let's work on removing the latch. Reach in here through the other hole. There's a tab on the back of this green plug to press. And it pulls right out. And same for this gray one. Pry this plastic retainer out for the cable. And now I have enough slack to remove the end of the cable from the latch. Almost. A pair of needle nose helps. There's a blue plug back here that needs to be undone. And there's an orange clip here. I need to release the plug from the body. Up next, I have 1, 2, 3 huge Phillips head screws. And that didn't move at all. Let's try a bigger screwdriver. And some hammer taps. Still seized. Hey, look! That little round trim hole cover fell out of the hatch. Bonus! I let these soak in some lube for a while. I sprayed the inside too. Standard operating procedure in Northern Ohio. Let's try this again. Nope. Yay, there's one. Still no luck on this one. There's 2 out of 3. Give it some more hammer. Come on. Yay. What should have taken 30 seconds is finally done. Okay, let's see if I have any luck on this trim panel. Nope, the nut is still spinning around with the bolt. I tried everything I could think of to stop the nut from spinning with the bolt, but it was just too rusty to break loose. And it was close, but there was no way the handle could slide out with the trim panel in the way. I figured out that I really only needed to remove this one bolt from the trim cover to lift it high enough to get the handle out. So my last resort was to cut the head off of the bolt with a Dremel. It really shouldn't be this hard. Next, there's this black clip in the corner that I need to push through. And then this white clip. And now I'm able to lift up one side of the trim cover. And finally get the freaking handle removed from the hatch. I just hope I don't bend the trim piece too much and crack it. This is still not fitting through because of the shape of the back side of the handle. It's so close. All right, vice grips. Okay, this is level impossible. The trim cover needs to come off farther, and the wiper arm is keeping that from happening. And of course, that's rusted on as well. I'll let this soak for a while. But the arm itself was rusted onto the bolt that went through it. So I unbolted the wiper motor to give the whole wiper arm some more room to wiggle. And I finally had enough room to grab the handle with the vice grips and pull it out. I never did get the arm unsealed, but unbolting the wiper motor gave it enough play where I could lift the plastic trim up high enough to get the handle out. Barely. Made all the difference. Here's the old one, lots of rust, and the new one. I'll put a link for it in the description. I'll spray some fluid film on the hinge of the new handle, so hopefully it won't rust. Hopefully this will prevent me ever having to do this again. Next, I reinstalled the handle and reattached everything I had to loosen to remove it, including the wiper motor, wiper arm, and I bolted the latch assembly in hand tight. I didn't tighten this all the way down yet because I want to be sure it's centered in these holes. You can see the outlines from where the screws were before. So I want the latch in the exact same position. That way it'll line up with the striker. Next, I reconnected all the plugs and then the cable from the handle to the latch. After I made sure the handle and cable were working correctly, I tightened the latch assembly in place, opened it and closed it a couple times to make sure it was aligned properly, and reinstalled the inner panel. And that's how to replace both the handle and latch assembly. Hopefully your fit isn't this rusty and your repair goes faster than mine. Thanks for watching.